Hey, I'm Andrew Ostrowski, Director of Culinary with Middleby Marshall. I'm also the host of Feed the Beast, so make sure you check out our website at middlebymarshall.com/Feed the Beast for some more tips and tricks. Today, we're talking onions. On the table with me today, I have 3 of the most basic varieties you're gonna see on an everyday basis. Our red onion is gonna be your classic. You're gonna see it a lot mixed with your spicy sausages and extra spicy pepperonis, things that are gonna offset that and give that little acidic bite to support that flavor. In the middle here, we have our sweet onion. Not as commonly used, but a big influence in the global market that's making an influence on pizza. Again, somewhere you're gonna see it, a ham and a pineapple, agree with it or not. And last but not least, the white onion. It's kind of in there every day for you. It's gonna be mixed in with your supreme, and quite often you're gonna see that onion diced. So for today's purpose, because it's my favorite, let's see how I cut up a red onion. First thing you gotta do, you have to start with a sharp knife. It's absolutely critical to being able to cut an onion. For one, it's gonna keep it nice and clean cuts and consistent cuts, but 2, what's the problem everybody complains about with onions, right? It's watering of the eyes. Well, you can start with a sharp knife, and that's gonna get you halfway. If you look at every onion, they're gonna be very different from each other. But what you can do is you'll find the core on either side. A good place to start, split that onion right down the middle, and you can see that now you're giving yourself an even space to cut for both sides. Next thing you wanna do with careful hands, you wanna take that you wanna notch the root out so that you don't have an inconsistent cut. Do that on both sides. Now by taking out that root, it also gives you the ability to do a little tip and trick here. Take the edge of your knife and use it to peel out that outer layer. That outer layer is gonna be useless, and it's also gonna create kind of an inconsistent cut in there. So by doing this, now you have a fresh, clean half to start with. In classic onion cutting, what you're really gonna see is a dice of different sizes, which is gonna incorporate a sideways cut with a vertical cut, then changing and angling it to the size of dice that you require. But for pizza, you want more of a texture, you want more of the bite. And for that, we're gonna use a bias cut off the side. Using your angle to give you a straightaway forward from where you notched your root, you wanna start on the edge and create thickness of the slice depending on your preference. Doing slices like this allows you not only a little bit of color, but it allows you the structure and the onion to cook properly. As I turn it to be able to cut the other side, I can create the same kind of slicing in a safe fashion. Now, if the onion has a little bit too much bite for it, another little thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna use some ice water and we're gonna soak it for a minute. What that's gonna do is it's gonna release a little bit of the acidic value on that onion when you cut it. Everyone is familiar with when you cut an onion, you see a little bit of that milky substance. That's a lot of the acidic value that's bound up in the different layers of that onion. When you release that, that's gonna create a little bit of that chemical reaction that'll make you cry, but it's also gonna create a little bit more astringent taste than you might want. So for a little bit of a trick, if it's too acidic for you, soak your onions in water. Creating consistent product going in your oven is gonna create branding on the way out, and it's gonna keep your customers coming back. Hopefully by today, we showed you a couple tricks to make sure your onions are consistent each and every single time. For more information, tips, and tricks, visit us at middlebymarshall.com/Feed the Beast, and like and subscribe to these videos here.